Because that's what we're going to be. I'm going to be a tough guy.
You're going to be you're going to be a mad dog.
That's what happens. That's right. I'm not Mad Man tonight. I'm the mad dog.
And you know what you do with the mad dog?
You
take care of him.
Yeah, I like to take care of my mad dog. How would you take care of your mad dog, Mick?
I take care of my mad dog because a mad dog is a super chewer.
Yes, they are.
They're the type that really likes to bite into things, and I think I'd go with getting them a Bark Super Chewer box for myself.
Oh, that sounds pretty solid. What is the Bark Super Chewer box, Mick?
Well, as you know, our little Reba, who jumps all over you every time you come over.
Yeah, she does. She gives the best smooches and the nibbles.
Oh, she is a chewer.
Oh, yeah. I've watched her rip through some stuff.
Well, we got her Bark Super Chewer box, which happens to also be our new sponsor.
Oh, well, look at that. What a random happenstance.
So we get her a box every month. We're going to be doing unboxings here on the Scene Snobs, but every box comes with 2 tough toys that really handle, 2 full-size bags of treats, and 2 meaty chews. You mark your calendars for when they're coming, get the dogs excited. Most boxes come within 5 days of when you order it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you choose which theme you want to go with.
Okay.
100% happy guarantee.
Okay, now what's 100% happy guarantee mean? Because I've heard a lot of guarantees.
Well, yeah, and this isn't a happy one, because if a toy isn't tough enough, they'll replace it 100% free of charge, no proof needed, no time limits, no questions asked.
That's pretty fantastic.
Oh, and does your dog have allergies? Could. Too many treats, maybe?
Plausible.
Our crew of dog crazy people in Columbus, Ohio, that's where they are located, is here to make sure your Super Chewer box is perfect for your dog. They will take care of you, and they will make it perfect for whatever your dog's needs are.
That sounds fantastic. I actually did peruse this site and saw the ability to pick and choose on your level of chewer.
Yeah, we got the first one we got, and we're waiting on the second one for August, is the Jurassic World box. It was great. She loves the raptor scraps. She loves the pork sticks. But these toys are still holding up. This one right here with the eye, which you could see little Reba playing with, that sack took about a day and a half for her before she actually ripped it. And then I opened it and I realized it's got another toy underneath.
Oh, that's righteous. So you don't even have to throw it away. It's not a waste of a toy.
That's right. And because we like Bark Super Chewer so much, we ordered from the website special toys on top of it. We got a cactus. And when she ripped through the cactus, it's an avocado.
That's ridiculous, and I love it.
The cactus is smiling. The avocado is frowning because you ripped through the cactus. And then she ripped through the avocado after a few days. Like, it took like 2 weeks for this.
Mm-hmm.
She ripped through the avocado, and it's a blue little spiked football thing, plastic, for her to play with that squeaks.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm sure she's going to be busy with that for a very long time.
Yeah, I have no doubt. So if you guys want Bark Super Chewer box for your best friend in the house, your furry best friend, go check out thescenesnobs.com or the descriptions below. We have a link to it and more. Casey, you ready to start this show?
Mick, boy, am I ever.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast. I'm your host, Mick Manhattan, joined as always by tonight, the Mad Dog, Casey.
That's me, folks. It's a wild time to be around, and I'm super stoked for this here Summer Camp Snobs a Lot extravaganza.
Yeah, we have some fun topics for tonight. We're going a little off the wall tonight. You know what it is? I think it's
for us, right?
Well, it's been fever dreams for me lately. So I found out I'm pretty miserable, actually.
Oh, that's wonderful. So extreme pain?
Well, as you know, we did the charity event last year, and I want to thank everybody who kind of partook and helped us out with that and donated. And stuff.
Friday, not last year.
Last week. Oh, sorry, last Friday. See, this is how out of it I am. And wait until I get to what happened to me.
Okay.
So, and why I'm so miserable. So we get down to it. Now, after Friday, I was just shot. My body was like going down. Everything was just like kind of drained.
Dunskies.
well this weekend. I can barely move. It was so tough. My knees, my feet, everything was swollen and
Your
hurting.
feet was swollen. Your foot was like uncomfortably awkward. It was
No,
an angry foot, bro.
it looked like that scene in Space Jam when Wayne Knight gets blown up, and then his toesies are still real small.
Yes. Honestly, it reminded me from an episode of like The Clumps. Like you remember when Buddy Guy all of a sudden his foot, our Buddy Love, his foot starts to expand because he's becoming Sherman Clump again. It looked worse than that.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better now. It's not. I'm looking at it right now. It's back to normal.
Okay, good.
But I'm not back to normal.
Well, I mean, what's normal, right? Sanity is only a state of mind, my friend.
So it's been pretty stressful. There's been some other stuff that's been going on outside of the house that has been stressing me out since we got back.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out I had to go to the doctor yesterday because I had like swelling in my face.
Whoa.
And it was, and I didn't know what it was. And I had like my ear was chapping and I started getting like the sore. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? First of all, I'm thinking all the worst. I'm like skin cancer, this, that, because all that stuff runs in my family.
Yeah.
Turns out I have, I can't even say it without laughing. I have shingles brought on by stress.
Shot that. Let me tell you how unshocking that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's okay because I talked to him and I said, like, I was like, well, I don't know much about shingles. Never had them before. Yeah. My wife has had them. And yeah, so I went to the doctor. I'm like, what's the deal? I have a 5-year-old at home. I have friends and family that have come by. They're like, no, everybody's fine. As long as they've had chicken pox or their vaccines, they're good.
Yep.
You brought it on. It's brought. And they were asking me, and one of the first things they asked me was like, have you been stressed lately? Because your blood pressure is really high too. And I'm like, yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Well, because you've been hanging out with me so much. No. Obviously, I am a stress-inducing factor here. That's what happens.
That brings it down. That helped alleviate. Like my head probably would have popped if you hadn't helped me,
bro.
If you didn't show up that day, I think I would have had a heart
attack. That would have been the clincher. That would have pushed it over the edge.
It's just downhill from there.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's important that your shingles are now under control. It's important that your stress is now under control. That was completely done. We are so grateful for everyone who's able to help out on Friday for the whole weekend, able to commit any amount of time, money, or any effort. We truly appreciate it. So thank you again. We did raise a good amount of money. We did not reach our goal, but you know what? Yeah. Sometimes it's not about reaching the goal. It's the journey to getting there, right?
See, no, I say bullshit to that because you know me. I gotta reach the goal, man.
You gotta overachieve. You're not happy if we reach the goal, bro. You're like, we can get 150%.
You know what? I'm not even mad. I'm mad that we didn't reach the goal, but I was like expecting more than the goal. Because I'm like, that's why. Like, I mean, that's part of the stress. That's part of that I put on myself. I want to exceed goals.
Of course.
And we go through it, and and we didn't quite meet the goal. We raised $660 for charity.
It's a pretty substantial amount.
It is, and
especially during a point where there's rampant inflation, people are struggling, things are changing. We're in a churn. It's all part of the churn here, and we're just in one of the different swings of it. And for anyone to be able to commit any amount of money or time was huge, and we are so grateful for that, and especially for something that means so much to us. So it was pretty awesome and pretty fantastic to be able to hang out with some people and some wonderful faces I haven't seen in so long. It was so great.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what? I am very happy for what we did, and it was so great to connect with everybody. And great things came from it. Mm-hmm. Once the money rolls in, I'm gonna post everything, like, because I cannot wait. We did for 2 great charities. They're gonna get the money. It's gonna go to good use. I know that, and I love that. I do. I am so annoyed because if we had reached a certain amount, though, we would have reached, out of all of the charity events we've done, add them together, we would have reached $5,000. We were $200 short from that.
Which, here's the best part. That just means in our next charity event, the first $200 hit that point.
That's true. So I am excited for that. And, but neither here nor there. We did a good thing. Everybody together did a good thing.
Everybody.
And we're very ecstatic about it. And actually, I have a special announcement to make.
Do you?
I don't even think I told you. I'm sure you've seen it.
I don't know. I'm curious and I'm excited. And I'm also scared. And remember, as the tough guy at camp, because my sleeves are gone. So if you didn't know, tonight I'm the camp tough guy. That's what I'm going for.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, I have some very good news that's going to make you happy. You are the camp tough guy.
So as a tough guy, when I get scared, I could get angry. So let's see what happens.
Okay, that's fair. I don't need you getting angry. Don't get angry. I need you to stay calm. I need you to enjoy this. So one of the participants in our charity event, who has actually participated in all the charity events, and we love him. Mm-hmm. When we were running the Scene Snobs network, he had a network, a radio station as well. And it wasn't one of those things where like it was competition. We both respected each other. We loved what each other was doing. That was Wise.
Oh, love Wise, man.
Wise is awesome.
Wise is the business.
And and actually I learned a lot from him doing the network. And he has held strong. That was always his goal. That wasn't always my goal. So I'm so glad that I got out of the network business.
Well, yeah, the network was killing you. It probably would have given you shingles earlier.
Probably. It probably was on its way to giving me shingles.
That might have been what you had during the network thing that you didn't know. That was like you had shingles and a staghorn kidney stone. You had both things going at once with no clue.
So many things were happening. My body was just trying to kill me all the time.
Constantly.
But we can rejoice because I talked to Wise. And the Scene Snobs podcast is going to be coming soon to Real Wise Radio.
What?
We are going to be one of their Saturday shows, Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. You can listen to the absurdity of the Scene Snobs.
Yes, that's awesome. Oh, yeah. I love that. Teaming up with Wise. That's awesome. Yes.
It's
Thanks
so
for
much
having
fun.
us, Wise. I really appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. And
fantastic.
we down in the description, go check out the show now, the station now. If you want your Saturday mornings, like if you don't listen to us here Tuesday nights, which is completely fine. We hate you, but it's completely fun.
I wouldn't go that far. I love and appreciate you at any time for you listening and tuning in and finding us.
Thank you, all of you for loving and listening and watching us, because we have another special announcement.
What are you talking about? How many fucking announcements are you going to hit me with?
I got another one. I'm DJ Khaled right now.
Why do I feel like I need to go down to the docks and like make fun of some kid who can't row? Like, I feel like I'm at this point now. You're building me up. What do we got?
No, you got to beat up the kid, man.
Beat up the kid. Does he have lunch money? I don't fucking know.
He should. He should have your lunch money. How is he going to eat if he doesn't have your lunch money?
Or maybe some sweet magic cards.
Was that a thing? I never went to camp. I don't know. And I didn't.
What?
I never went. Nobody.
Oh, bro.
I had parents who took very little interest in anything I did. So
Valid.
They weren't looking for me to do anything else.
Mm.
Yeah, so they didn't want me to rock the boat for them. I don't think, which I don't get. Like they weren't, see, I can't even say that.
I don't know where you're going to go with it, but
I'm gonna refrain. I'm just gonna refrain. I'm just gonna say I didn't go to camp.
There it is. All right, didn't go to camp. I did. Let's find an adult camp for us to go to.
But you know what? I'm down with that. But I will say this: we did go camping every year. Like they had, it was like a resort, like sort of like a Jellystone. Mm-hmm. They had a trailer. We went down there every summer. So I got a camping experience. I got to go to a camp,
right?
But it wasn't like all the kids go to camp. And, and sort of, it wasn't uniform like that.
Well, in Jersey, I feel like they had to not allow you to go to summer camp because of the rampant murder.
Shut up!
It's a thing. It's a thing.
Most of the camps are in Jersey. Okay, look at. Where do you think Jason Voorhees is from?
Exactly. Why in the world? I just said you can't use that because he murders. You would die at camp. There's rampant killing at camp since post-1975. Post-75. If that camp has been around since pre-75, there's definitely a murderer there.
Listen, Camp Crystal Lake, there's murders. But if there's a Camp Crystal Lake in New Jersey for a summer camp for kids, then you had, just by Newton's law, which I'm going to use as reference right now, by the 32nd Amendment, there has to be other camps that exist within New Jersey's realm that do function.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's the
law
other
of averages is the one you were looking for, bro.
All
Law
that.
of averages. You were so close.
I'm not a lawyer. I just play one on TV.
Fucking killing me.
I'm not a lawyer. I just passed the bar by accident.
That just means you don't walk in anymore.
That would be a hell of a movie. The guy who passes the bar by accident and then just decides to study law and like do good with it, but he's not doing good. He becomes like a mob lawyer by accident.
It's like Suits, but different.
It's like Suits, but haphazardly.
Right? Yeah, just flinging wildly all about with the law.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia meets Suits.
Oh my God! All right, there's something there. It's bad, but I love it.
Bad, but I'm in it. It's the Scene Snobs coming to a law show for. I don't know. Whatever.
Let's just not.
No,
Real Life Radio is immediately going to hit us back and be like, please don't take legal advice. Like they're going to have a banner. Be like, do not take legal advice from these people. Don't take educational advice from these people. In fact, this is not an advice show. It's not really our shtick.
It's a scene where I walk in and I like slam my briefcase down on a table in an interrogation room. And I tell my client, if you blink 3 times at the judge, he has to legally let you go.
Brilliant.
And it's true because it's set on TV.
Because it was, Kansas and a thing that's been on the books since 1842. How awesome it would be if you passed the bar in every state and you just find the most obscure fucking laws. And that's how you get people off in every state.
That's so much testing.
This show we will call Obscurity.
I feel like that's bullshit. I feel like, yes, if you're going to be a lawyer, right, you should be able to be a lawyer everywhere. But in the country. No. In the country.
I disagree with that because every state has so many different parts of their constitution, so many amendments, so many bills. There are so many different laws per state that you really have to know the state's laws and per county and per, there's so many different areas.
Here's my amendment to it, though. If you move to a different state.
Okay.
It's like my cousin Vinny when he comes from New York down to Alabama.
Yeah. Like special dispensation.
He didn't have to take the bar to represent them.
Right.
He just had to study up on their law.
Yeah.
And I think that's how it should be.
Yeah.
If you move to a different state, you just have to take a test on Alabama law, not pass the bar there.
That's fair.
Just like, so like
that's
maybe
a mini bar. That's what the bar is, though.
So maybe like you would just have to study real hard and raid the mini bar.
Oh, okay. Study hard, raid the mini bar. I think that's the tagline for the movie.
Mini bar.
Study hard, raid the mini bar.
Well, I have we got sidetracked by me. Of
Shocking.
Course, but I do have other good news.
Oh, wait. So there's a whole nother set of news that you were legit about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
100%. So, Good Pods, right?
I love Good Pods.
They have their lists.
They do have their lists.
We finally cracked the top 10 in the top 100 podcasts.
Did what?
We're number 7.
Yo!
We got announced today on Twitter, and that's how I found out. I was checking Twitter, and we were on a post. It wasn't even by Good Pods. It was by a completely different podcast rating system.
Yeah.
And I saw it, and I'm like, really? And then I went and I checked Good Pods, and it was true. I was like, nice.
Well, thank you, everyone, for listening, and thanks for everyone who tunes in and thinks that we're worth a hear. I appreciate it.
We're definitely worth it here because we're going to be lawyers. And then we're going to do our podcast and we're going to have law advice at the end. And you have to follow it.
Fictional
law advice.
Fictional. We said, we just got to make sure everyone's aware it's fictional.
Except it's not fictional in my mind.
No, it's complete nonfiction for you. But
my
that's
ego,
okay.
my when in that scene in Top Gun when the guy's like, your butt is writing egos, you're doing something with checks.
Your butt is writing checks that your ego can't cash.
No, your ego is writing checks that your butt
Your
can't cash.
cash. There it is.
That's what it was.
Yep.
That is the personification. I'm
From the same guy who
personification
said
of
the
that
best
term.
line ever, which is your ass could be flying planes full of rubber dog shit from Hong Kong.
That's somebody else. That's somebody else. The personification of that one. I'm the personification of the ego one. We got some people watching. I think so. I hope so.
The chicken.
What's going on? Part of Snobs Nation. You guys got to join the Discord. Kathleen's here. What's up, Kathleen?
What is up, my friend?
I was so caught up building a dollhouse for the kiddo, I forgot it was Tuesday.
I mean, that's a pretty awesome reason to forget.
Legally,
anything.
we can sue you for forgetting.
I don't think we can, but it's a valiant effort. You know what?
Fictional
Go
law.
with it. Fictional law.
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
Kingsley? Thank you very
what's
much.
up, buddy?
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
So we are excited. So this weekend, I got to tell you about my John Travolta dilemma.
Okay, so this is a whole thing. So this whole John Travolta dilemma is mind-boggling to me, and I really want you to don't be afraid to get into this one.
No,
John
don't worry.
The alien stuff, we may get to it. Travolta, though, where are you at with Johnny T?
Okay, so Saturday I was pretty much in ruins. Like my body just didn't want to work, so I just had to kind of lay there. And it was fine because my wife took Jack out and Reba and like just was a kind of rest because your body is dismantled and you can't move. So I decided to sit down and watch TV. And the first movie I watched was a Travolta movie from 1981.
Which one?
It's called Blowout.
Okay.
In the movie, it's a very gritty crime drama where he plays a sound engineer on the movies.
Isn't there a hairstylist in that one?
No, there's no hairstyle.
Okay.
There's Nancy Allen stars in it, and so is John Lithgow. So this movie is also the reason for our other topic of John Lithgow tonight. But we'll get there. I need to stick with Travolta first. So I'm watching this movie, and it's a good movie. So he plays a sound engineer for the movies, and while he's at a park one night trying to get ambient sounds for a movie, he witnesses a car like go off a bridge, and it was like a senator in the car, and he drowned, and there was a woman in the car with him, which he saves.
Okay.
But when he goes back to listen to the tapes, he hears a gunshot. So Blowout is like a double one. It has double meaning in this because blowout means if you are recording in a film set and you get something so loud it blows out the sounds, they call it a blowout. And then, of course, your tire can blow out, and somebody had shot the tire.
So there were two noises.
There were two noises, and he catches it. He catches the. Shut up! I don't know if you listen.
What?
Don't make fun of me. I'm a lawyer.
I'm not making fun of you. I wouldn't dare.
I'm Mick Manhattan Esquire.
I'm simply enhancing the Manhattan Esquire story with my eyes.
It takes place in Manhattan too, so it works. So in the 80s, yeah. So he has it recorded where you can hear the gunshot before the tire blows out.
Right.
And so he has this evidence, and nobody believes him, and they just render it like an accident.
Fair.
And he goes out and he starts to investigate, and then he finds this whole conspiracy. That's not my problem. The movie was pretty good.
I mean, that doesn't sound. I'm waiting for a problem here.
That's not the problem.
Clearly.
I'm getting to the problem.
Fair enough.
So the movie was good, and I really enjoyed it. I did not stick with gritty crime dramas that day. I went with full-on 90s cyborg robot movies.
Oh, that was your hardcore cyborg day. Yeah.
Which was so many of them.
Well, there are a lot of them.
That's a whole episode, though. We can get into that. So last night, I can't sleep. My face hurts. I'm just kind of sitting there.
From the shingles.
From the shingles.
Yeah.
Not the shingles on my roof either. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching this. I'm like flipping through Netflix, and I find this movie called Trading Paint, starring John Travolta. It's a racing movie. Now, let me tell you something. I think car racing is now and I'm talking about like the NASCAR type, is very boring to watch in person.
Okay. What about F1?
Still, like when you're in person, it's and even on TV sometimes it can be very boring because it's not. But in movies, there's 3 occasions where car racing is the absolute like thrill of a lifetime. It's in
Okay,
movies.
what are those 3 occasions?
It's in movies,
Yeah.
commercials,
Okay.
and if you are in the driver's seat. Those are the
All right.
3 times the car racing actually is a thrilling event.
Okay, fair.
And I love car racing movies. I'll watch anything.
Oh, same with me. Now, I'll add one more to that, is having the car racing experience that they used to have at King's Dominion here, where they had Thunder. Oh no, Tom Cruise movie.
Days of Thunder.
It was a Days of Thunder experience where basically you have Robert Duvall as the crew chief hollering orders to you, and you're in the car and you're experiencing. It's got like the whole motion seats and like you get the effect. It was pretty rad. I really enjoyed that. So
simulations. Then we had
adding the simulation. The simulation is strong, but you're not cold trickle, and you're probably never going to experience that.
That's fair. And I don't blame him. Like, I mean, listen, I'm on Noom, but it's gonna be a long time before I can fit through a window. Let's just face facts. If ever.
Don't you dare.
I'm working on it. On it. Now I will say this. I turned this movie on because I am a fan of racing movies. And I'm like, John Travolta. He's already given me one that I really like that I hadn't seen before. Let's see another one. And the whole premise of the movie that I read was a father and son racing team. He was a legend, and the son is just up and coming. The son decides to quit his racing team and go to a competitor's racing team, like a main rival's racing team.
Right.
And so the father has to come out of retirement and start racing again to keep his racing team alive.
I feel like if we're talking this much racing, I'm going to be drinking more beer faster.
That's fair.
So where are we going?
So anyway, here we go. All right. It's not as thrilling as it sounds. So I watched the movie. I put it on. First of all, the movie stars John Travolta. Michael Madsen plays the rival.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So the Vega brothers are in this movie together.
Yo. So like, wait a minute, but like, which Michael Madsen did we get?
Oh.
Was he acting or was he like?
He was Michael Madsen. The guy, I don't know. He's just, don't worry about the acting.
Was he collecting the paycheck, Michael Madsen?
Well, no, I feel like he really put some time into this one because Travolta did a good job acting in it.
Yeah,
but he was working with something here, and it was not a script that did well. So the movie also stars Shania Twain of all people.
All right, well, I'm in.
Yeah, so like you know how I was talking about 1883 and how Tim McGraw and Faith Hill were in there, and they did a great job. Yep. They really did.
Shania Twain sing This Kiss?
Fair. No, she plays Travolta's love interest in the movie.
Okay.
And you know she's kind of very supportive of him.
So she doesn't scream at him about whose bed has his boots been under. That's not that.
No, but I have one thing I would like to say though. Her acting in the movie didn't impress me much.
Strong. So she had the moves, but did she have the touch?
I love when we do this to country stars. Well, anyway, she sucked. So I like her. She's a beautiful woman. She can sing like hell, but she is cardboard when you're acting against her.
I get that.
So is everyone else in this movie.
Okay.
So it is. Here's the problem. The movie sets up a lot of good things in it.
Okay.
And there's absolutely no payoff to it whatsoever. Every scene that there's a setup, it either happens exactly as they're saying it's going to happen. Like when the son's like telling his wife, I'm going to quit my dad's racing team and join this other one. He's like, my dad's going to fire me. And then literally the next day he goes in and tells him, and his dad's like, where you going? Get your shit. You're fired. And that's the resolution. That's how it ends. And then like he has to come out of retirement. They put no drama to it whatsoever. He just comes out of retirement and starts winning. Even when the son gets not paralyzed, but like he gets his legs broken in an accident.
Yeah.
It's the most undramatic feeling I've ever had in a movie.
I mean, that's fair. So this movie is shit. So what's your problem with John Travolta?
He fucking did it.
What do you mean he did it?
It was his like movie. It was like his like big like starring vehicle at this late an age. Now listen, I like John Travolta a lot.
So this was a recent movie.
This was like a year ago, 2 years
Bro,
ago.
the way you've been talking, I thought this was something relating to the movie from 30 years ago you brought up.
My bad. No, it was like very new. Yeah, I bet you Shania Twain threw that off for you, didn't it? Because you heard Shania Twain, you're like, oh, well, she was a
So
star.
then I went to like
No.
94 tops. Like, what?
No,
Shit,
no,
dude?
man, no. And that's why it's so weird. Shania Twain just stopped singing one day and never came back. And we don't know what happened to her.
It was fucking weird.
Yeah, she just left. She was just like, I'm going to go raise a family. Good for her. Nothing
She
against
made
doing
more
that.
than enough money. She set herself up for life. Yeah, go
Oh,
live your
yeah,
life. Yeah.
She's good. And but why choose Trading Paint to come back to? Now, granted, you weren't the best actor in it, but why choose Trading Paint to be like, this is what I'm coming back for?
Wait, Shania Twain or him?
Either at this point. I don't even know.
Okay, look, Travolta look, bro, I think we need to have a strong conversation, and maybe you've forgotten Battlefield Earth.
That's not
John
fair.
Travolta has done nothing good since Battlefield Earth.
I do not blame him for that.
I don't blame him. That's a tentpole line that exists on this earth. It's like a timeline, so Ramses II created fucking religion over here. And then we get to, Roman democracy here. And then we move to John Travolta and Battlefield Earth. There is a line of these things in history. He hasn't done anything good and will not do anything good since that. And I ask anyone.
No, that's not true.
Argue me on that point. Nope.
That's not true. From Paris with Love. That was a great movie.
From Paris with Love was not a great movie.
I loved that movie, man.
It was a good action flick. It was a good action flick.
It was a great action flick, good movie.
Great action flick, as far as I'll go. I can't call it a good movie, bro. It wasn't enticing enough for me to want to ever watch it again. I watched it once and went, okay. Like, it was great. I enjoyed the ride. It was entertaining. It's not rewatchable for me. Nothing says I need to go back to revisit these characters.
All right.
So since Battlefield Earth, that is
it's so weird because you say that, and I'm like, yeah, I haven't revisited that movie since, but I liked it a lot.
I loved it. You and I both talked about it ad nauseum. Yeah, we recommend it to people, but I don't rewatch it.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that. There's a lot of action movies that come out. There's so many action movies that I will not go revisit that came out after a certain point, like 2000.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that's every action movie that came out after 2000. I will go back to the Mission Impossible movies a lot.
That's fair. I enjoy the Mission Impossible because it's a simple, easy, formulaic thing that they did well.
Yeah. We do have some comments. I want to kind of cut through them real quick. There's a huge sale at Michael's, and we got a dollhouse for 75% off. Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
75% off. Crazy deal.
What's up, Liz?
What up, Liz?
Says that's sweet, Kathleen. Mm-hmm. She said, I really did enjoy Nope.
She may be here for your Nope conversation, which we can get to shortly.
The chicken says, what is your guys' favorite movie of 2022 so far? I will tell you two, and they're up there high. I would say Top Gun Maverick is my number one, but Everything Everywhere All at Once was one of the best movies I've ever seen.
I completely understand, and I agree. And I'm not going to disagree. I'm going to say my personal favorite has been Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, because I got Doctor Strange in a way I love him, and I got Sam Raimi. And I got both of them in spades. It was delightful. So, big fan.
Have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I still have not.
Check it out, dude. I just want to know what you think.
I know. I've passed it 4 times, bro. But it's one of those movies that people have built up now, so I can't just put it on. I have to make it a special moment. It has to be special now because I've heard too much stuff. It's the worst part about doing this gig. The absolute worst part about this. The only thing I don't like about what we've done through all these years, through all my years of doing this in podcasting, is the fact that certain things get burned because during my research, prepping for shows, getting ready for other things, I have to burn through all these other shows and all these other movies and all this other entertainment. And eventually I miss on these ones, Everything Anywhere All at Once, which I'm going to love. I know I'm going to love it. But because it's become so conflagrated, it's reached a point where I have to fight to carve out time for stuff I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? And it's getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
And then we have people like our friend Sturdy giving us Blood Lake. So I blame you,
That's
Sturdy.
fair.
I blame you.
That's fair. Oh man. That was something else. Everything everywhere. Oh, well, okay, so Liz agrees. And no.
Yeah, this is up.
Oh, and Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yes. All right. Cool.
all
I'm
right.
with you on Spider-Man. Spider-Man was strong. But
How
yeah,
about
for me, it's
you?
all about that Strange.
I definitely tried hard not to watch too many stuff, too much stuff. Yeah, I mean,
too
unfortunately,
many
I
stuff.
can't not. I'm watching. I gotta see Super Pets this month.
You consume on a level that I don't even understand because my brain just can't.
Yeah,
I just can't, man. I need to at least read a book once in a while. I got to take a fucking break, man.
yeah. It's been primarily. I haven't read a good book in a while, and I need to. I have books. I have a stack of books ready to go, but I've been reading comic books.
Yeah. Because there's some amazing storylines in comic books. I'm loving the comic books. Comic books are like my escape. Like I'm reading comic books to escape from having to watch TV and movies.
Yeah, but I have to watch too much because, like, you're right. Like, if it comes down to, like, there's movies that are comfort for me, like watching Blowout or watching the Cyborg movies. But then that even turned into us doing a plot roast for this week.
Yep.
Then you have what we have to watch for plot roast, whatever our Patreons give us. So, and then, like, if we have guests or we have this, we have to watch stuff for that. There's and new movies to review. Yeah, it's too much, man. Like, I think I'm just gonna retire. I'm gonna go down as the GOAT at number 7.
We're here. And you know what? Here is a good place. We're happy with this number. 7 feels right. I enjoy 7. Heck, if I roll a 7 on my D20, I don't feel terrible about it. A 7 is a comforting number. 7 is a good number. So I'm okay with 7.
I just dropped the die. Fucking die. Of course I did. I hate this.
Yep. I was rolling all mine earlier before I came on. I got 2 20s, 2 17s, and a 9. So I believe in this show.
Liz is like, yes, I'm enjoying my CW break. I don't know how you do it with CW. I can't watch standard TV ever again. In fact, when they announced that Daredevil's TV series, the new one coming out, is 18 episodes, I was mad.
Well, because it's so much.
It's so much.
It's so much.
Stop telling me stories in that one. If you can tell me stories that I really like in 6 episodes, then stop making anything longer. I get regular network TV wants to do this and whatever. It's stupid. It shouldn't happen. And there's so much content out there now. You can make a 10 episode. I'll even give you 13, but I think that's an antiquated rule now. Like, I think it should be 10 or less. Give me a 10 or less season show, and that's it. That's what you get. Enough going 700 seasons. And I'm a Supernatural guy. I was
going to say that's so screwed up for the guy who had a 15, 16 season show that you were like adhered to. You love.
But that retired me, I think.
Yeah.
That retired me from that long. I can't do that long anymore.
Yeah, like I went back and tried to rewatch Dawson's Creek, and I only got through 2 seasons. It was like, I just can't do this length of season anymore.
It's so many. 22 to 24 episodes is ridiculous.
Unless it's Star Trek.
Even Star Trek, man.
Nope.
Well, I can rewatch.
I can rewatch. Tire of Star Trek. I cannot tire of Star Trek.
All right, but can you imagine, like, Discovery being 22 episodes long a season?
Yes. I would have gotten more.
I hate you and you're a liar.
Story. I would have gotten more to the idea. They would have made season 2 more fleshed out, and it probably would have created that compound that would have put me into season 3 longer than me having to almost struggle with the fight in the first 3 episodes. I feel there are certain shows that would do better in long format. Certain ones, not all. Right. Certainly not.
I mean, I'll give you, because I wouldn't mind if Star Trek was, but I really think Enterprise would have done better if it was short form.
Agreed. Now that one I 100% agree with. I think Enterprise could have told a story. You could have said we're starting here, finishing here, and done it. I think there are certain ones you do that with. I think Discovery is one of those that has bridged this fun gap, where it's supposed to go from single story to now back to episodic. Where you've learned to follow this crew from a ground up mentality versus Strange New Worlds, which needs to be Planet of the Week We know what we're getting into. Here's your adventure. Here's your things. And over the season, it builds up. And I would love that to be 28 episodes a season.
Do you think that show is going to change eventually and just become a remake of the original series?
No, I think that show will eventually stop.
Okay.
I think they will. I think they have so many other stories they want to tell that I think they will stop that story.
Do you think that they will remake now that they have a new Kirk and they have the Enterprise and it's all set up? Do you think they'll remake the original series?
They will absolutely try.
Do you think they should?
No.
I agree. I 100% agree. Actually,
I think they've introduced these characters in a delightful way. I think there's another avenue they could do. They could make movies with this crew, and I'd be okay with it. They could do a 3-part miniseries with this crew and tie in the original series, and I'd be great with it. But for them to have a full-on show, it doesn't make longer than a season. In my opinion, right now I'm saying that. 7/26/2022 at 9:41 p.m.
All right, I'm with you. And I wouldn't watch it anyway.
Well, that's the problem, is too many people wouldn't. I think Strange New Worlds, Pike brought something very special that allowed them to tap into something different. I think going directly into the TOS, you're not going to have Jimmy Doohan. You're not going to have, and this is coming from me, who with the Kelvin timeline movies, I fucking love them, and I think they're perfect. So I have zero problems with those. I think it'd be difficult to try to emulate in the same timeline without giving them the variation. And that's the issue. This doesn't give them variation. This lives in the string of their world.
Okay.
So I struggle with that.
Listen, man, from your lips to God's ears, make sure it never gets remade.
Hey, man. Well, let me engage my reverend side, and I'll make sure that happens.
There you go. Liz says, I'm almost finished The Walking Dead. I finished that a long time. I couldn't keep going. After Rick died, I was like, I'm out.
Well, I'm impressed Liz kept rocking, because after Carl got bit, I had a lot of problems with that, man. Carl's bite really jacked me up. I was kind of, I had loved everything they did up to that. Even season 5, which is the slodge. It's the struggle. It's where we lose Chad Coleman. It's where there are so many different characters we lose on that path, on that journey. And it was fucking miserable.
That show psychologically was messing with me.
Oh, yeah. And when it was kind of delightful the way it did that. It was good that it did that. That it was fun. But
yeah, I found myself getting depressed.
And see, Fear the Walking Dead was the one that did that, because it was such a Fear the Walking Dead for me was tops. That was my absolute favorite show. That was, I think they did everything right from the Walking Dead standpoint. The Walking Dead became fucking stupid. And I know a lot of people may crucify me for it. I'm sorry. I lost the vein. And I feel like there is an issue with going past 7 seasons with any television show. Going past 7 seasons, if you don't jump the shark, or if you don't commit to moving forward with those characters. So by having contract issues with Maggie, by the showrunners dicked stuff up there too.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem. That's why you go past 7 seasons, you get the opportunity to screw each other. I think should be a hard and fast line, and I think they missed it, and it's unfortunate. Fear the Walking Dead has come back around because of Coleman Domingo. Man can do no wrong, and I'll espouse his greatness from this day till next. So he's amazing. So he's back in it. So I'm like, all right, shit, I got to go back for that fucking season. But I won't go back and see the filler in between. I don't give a crap. I want to see him act.
The thing about Fear the Walking Dead that worked was, like you said, it changed up. Mm-hmm. It changed characters. Like that whole first season was horrendous.
Yeah.
And they got rid of them real fast. Like in the next couple of seasons, they're like, nah, we're pivoting.
Well, by season 2, we got an awesome pivot. We got a cool move. And then by season 3, all of a sudden, now I love everyone. And I'm sad about the people I lost. Yeah. So then when we get to season 4, it's like, holy shit, what do you mean they're dying? Like now the cast changes again. And Garrett Dillahunt.
Very fair. All right. We had a couple of topics to talk about tonight, and I think we're pushing on them. So I'm going to save the John Lithgow topic.
Now, well, look, I'll espouse the greatness of John Lithgow from the top to the bottom of his career.
It's not a trashing. It's not a trashing, but there's a turn in John Lithgow's career that happened in the mid-90s. Mm-hmm. And I think I've pinpointed what it is. Where he went from straight up the bad guy
Jacob
vicious bad guy.
Yeah.
And everything.
Arlington Road, was that the one where he was the fucking
That wasn't him. That was
Oh, you're right.
it was Jeff Bridges was a good guy, and Tim Robbins was the bad guy.
Tim Robbins, thank you.
Yeah. John Lithgow, he went from like the crazy deranged bad guy to like everybody's dad. And now he's playing a bad guy again on The Old Man.
Well, he was a bad guy in Dexter.
But that was like a season.
He was Dexter's greatest bad guy.
I 100% agree. He was, and that was the greatest season, one of the greatest seasons of television. Until Breaking Bad came along, that was the greatest season of television ever.
Agreed. Yep.
And I think that's why. And I don't want to dissect Dexter. I'm not going into it. I can't do it again. It breaks my heart every time I do it. But when he played that bad guy, if you remember, everybody was like, "How is he playing the bad guy?" And then I went back and I looked, and I'm like, because he knows bad guys.
Yeah.
If everybody remembers his career in the 80s, he was a crazy bad guy.
He was the crazy bad guy. And he would always do the crazy bad guy really well because he psychologically would get in your head and you would struggle with his bad guy. Like, I don't know why. It was so because he was everybody's fucking dad's face with this sick, twisted, psychotic fucking murderer. And then after Third Rock from the Sun, he became everybody's dad's face with the goofy dad jokes.
But if you remember, they were bad guys in that show.
Well, yeah, they were there to conquer. They were there to gather information, report back, and then find out how the best way to conquer Earth.
Yep. So, and all throughout, I loved it.
And also him and Jane Curtin, by the way, I just must for a moment.
They were great together.
Their back and forth was probably one of the most desirable interactions on television to grow up watching, just because they were so damn biting and good. It was so fast and absurd, and it was so big. So obviously I was a fan.
Hey guys, Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs here, and I want to talk to you about our newest sponsor, Skillshare. It is a program I've used for a long time now to help me prepare and become better at running the Scene Snobs and handling all aspects of it. I have to take these courses, learn it, research, and do all of the stuff that I can. And all of this is in one spot, and it's been a huge help since 2019. Skillshare is exactly what it is. It's skills that are being shared. The Skillshare teachers are icons, experts, and industry rock stars, excited to share their experience, wisdom, and trusted tools with you. It offers more than 41,000 plus courses and 8 million users. It is one of the most popular online learning platforms out there and focuses on classes for creative professionals and entrepreneurs. It is mostly focused on creative workers like designers, chefs, artists, and more, entrepreneurs that want to get into marketing, SEO, and more, and especially freelancers or small businesses. They're the ones that I think will enjoy Skillshare the most. It's a platform for personal growth. Some of its classes are short and sweet, around 10 minutes, whereas some get more in depth and they have longer hours even. They can go up to 50 short videos. All its classes have assignments and encourage its learners to share their projects and learning along the way. And it encourages engagement with the Skillshare community. So join up now. Check out our affiliate link, which is on all of our links. It's in the description, thescenesnobs.com and more. It is out there. Check it out through us. Let us know what you think because we'd love to hear it. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. So let's get into our main topic tonight.
Okay.
And, I want to talk to you and ask you. So I saw Nope.
Yeah.
I know you haven't seen it. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who's listening or watching. We're going to get into some elements of it, but it's more about the reality of things when it comes to aliens. And I don't think I've ever asked you, Casey, do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. You can't be a fucking look at the universe we live in and think that there's not extraterrestrial life or that we're the only people out here. That's outrageous. Doesn't work.
All right. Well, let me take it one step further then. I'm glad that you said that, but do you believe that aliens have visited Earth?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Look, I'm not saying when, and I'm not saying that they currently are here, but I absolutely believe that aliens, of course, have visited this planet.
Okay.
As much as we visited Mars.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. We are somebody's alien. So let me ask you this now. Have you ever had a UFO encounter?
Negative.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. I've had a UFO encounter to the point where I have seen things that I could not explain that were unidentified flying objects.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. You don't. It doesn't have to be like a alien probe.
I don't know what the
situation.
fuck it was. I saw a thing. It was in the sky. It did weird shit, and then it disappeared. Yep.
Yes, I've had that as well. I've never had an actual physical encounter with an alien.
I didn't have like a light shine on me, and
No.
I didn't get chased by dudes, and it wasn't like crazy. Nah. I don't know about all that. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, just not to me.
Fair. I mean, fire in the
I'm
sky
also
taught
kind
us
of
anything.
fucking jealous, by the way. I'm stupid jealous that it hasn't happened to me. Like, I figured by being such a fan of space, I would have at this point had something swing by and be like, H scope, and I'd be able to like interact with it. I think it'd be fascinating, man. That's not fair.
I've seen fire in the sky. I don't want to know.
Well, I mean, yeah, but fire in the sky was probably like the bad dudes. Or maybe like they were drunk and off shift and they were like, hey, you want to go over to that planet while the army's here? And they're like, fuck yeah, let's check it out. And they get over there. And then they're like, oh, who's this fucking guy? I don't know. Let's put this up his butt. You know, I mean, it's plausible. All of that's plausible.
So it becomes Deliverance in space.
Yeah, 100%. Who's to say?
So
we
one
may
thing I
not
really
be
like.
getting the fucking grade A's up there, all right? We may be getting some dudes who are like, yeah, look, we're going to interview the three of you guys, but that dude, he's going to go downstairs for different testing, and he's not going to come back the same. Like in his fucking, I don't know, maybe a hand is on his butt or something. I just imagine piss poor things because nobody's perfect. No crew is perfect, and nobody can be absolute. So there's no way that we're going to get all the winners of whoever visits. That's why, like, the one who crashed, you know, he was probably drunk and fucked up and crashed in Roswell. Like, oh man, I was supposed to be like in like 3 systems over, bro. What the fuck? Like, I mean, it's totally plausible.
Oh, we're supposed to pick up, mining gems on a moon on Jupiter.
Exactly.
What the hell am I doing on Earth?
Oh no, my power steering went out and I went an entire parsec in the other direction. Aw.
You know what always messes me up, especially about Star Trek, is the ideology of we basically become the ones in charge of even. Think about the Federation.
First of all, as far as in charge, it's only because we have more warlike tendencies. Like, very clearly,
But that's what I mean. Like we got to a point where even the Federation the president was on Earth.
Yeah, but he was still a Tellarite, bro.
I understand that. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And
I'm just
Tellarites are
saying,
mega aggressive.
Earth-
So,
well, I get because there was a Federation before Earth joined.
no doubt. No,
They
there
come
wasn't.
down. The Vulcans were probably the ones kind of running.
The Vulcans were not head of the Federation. When the Vulcans showed up, the Vulcan Science Academy was what funded Vulcans traveling. Vulcans had seen Tellarites and like they made Andorians. They'd been around the other species, but it was us coming to it that allowed the entire Federation to become, because we're so fucking xenocentric.
Yeah, sure. Dude,
Of course humans have to do it. Fuck.
Dude, it's just it always made me laugh that it was like, of course it's not. Of course, there's no Federation really until Americans come in, and it's not.
Bro.
It's not the world. It's Americans.
It's American.
Let's face it.
Well, let's be clear. The nation of America was gone. It was people
That's
of the Montana complex where they first met them. So it was folk in Montana, which is why I want to retire in Montana.
Just hang out with the people of Yellowstone.
Darn tootin', I want to get everyone prepped for them old aliens. And that way, if the caldera goes off, I won't even fucking know. I won't have time to worry about it.
That's fair. Well, I lived in a small town in Jersey, and shut your mouth. And I lived in a small town in Jersey called Carteret.
Yes, you did.
And now, if you type in the Carteret lights, they happened on the night that Aaliyah died in the plane crash. You know how I know this? I was at a barbecue.
Oh my God.
And
There's just so much going on in this story. I don't even know how to fucking handle it.
Shut up. I was at a barbecue.
It's not fair.
We were talking about Aaliyah dying in the plane crash. And we're like, that's crazy. She was so young. And like, I'm saying this 20 years ago and I'm 40 now. So like, that tells you like how young she was. R. Kelly. So Yeah, we all hate him here. He can
Yeah,
stay.
we don't have to
mention.
we don't have to mention him ever again.
Only in trashing.
Nope, we don't even have to mention him. It's a
Fine.
waste of time.
So Bill Cosby was walking down the shot. Sorry.
Waste of time.
All right. Anyway, we were talking about Aaliyah, though. We were talking about her plane crash because it happened that day. It was pretty shocking news. And there was no internet like we have now on our phones and everything.
Wow, you went so fucking grumpy, 60-year-old man.
No,
there was no internet. We didn't
There's-
have no fucking internet in Jersey back
There's
in those
a
days.
point to it. Now everybody knows when a celebrity dies.
Oh,
I don't
very
have
true.
to come and tell you. You most likely learned it on your phone.
Yeah, valid.
Then a lot of the people showing up to the party had no idea she died.
Yeah.
So, and the reason that comes into play is there's a few people who were really bummed out and really upset and left the party to go get something to eat and came back and told us about the freaky lights in the sky. And then it became a phenomenon because like the news came out to the town and everything. There was like this crazy lights. You can look them up. There's newscasts about it. It's called the Carteret Lights. So that's about it. That's all I got.
Well, that's pretty ridiculous. So, did you experience the lights?
I did not experience the lights.
Okay,
I have experienced weird things.
Did you
UFOs.
Experience Aaliyah?
I would have loved to have met her.
Like
She
at the
seemed
moment of her
delightful.
passing, did you feel within you like that break?
Listen, Casey, I am not even going to make the joke.
I
I'm
don't know
gonna
how
leave this one
supernatural
alone.
you're trying to make this, man.
I'm trying to leave this one alone. No, I'm not making that joke. I'm not stepping on that one. I already pulled R. Kelly and Bill Cosby into this. I'm not stepping on that
You're
one.
not winning right now.
There's no land. That's a landmine that I see, and I'm not willing to step on it.
And that is rare for you to see them.
It is very rare. Yeah.
Step on.
This one, that button is right there, and I see it, and I'm like, nah, I can't do this. In fact, it's not even that I see the landmines. I see the sign that says landmines all over this shit, and I'm like, I'm gonna listen to the sign. It's like the one time I've listened to the sign, and it was like, I'm gonna turn around and go home.
Progress.
Don't give it. I'm getting ready for another landmine. Don't worry about that.
Oh, I have no doubt. There's one way.
R. Kelly wants to be a pea snob. No, he can.
Why are we
No.
talking about R. Kelly? He doesn't deserve time on anyone's fucking radar. He was a piece of shit rapist who hurt people. We're not about hurting people. Let's talk about fun things.
Yeah, but there's fair. All right. Mothman stuff. Let's talk about that. I like that.
I love Mothman stuff. Richard Gere. There we go.
Gerbils.
Talk about the Mothman prophecies. He was great.
That was a good movie.
It was a
well
good
done.
movie.
And
I
then
enjoyed that one.
you hear the real story, and you're like, man, they really made up like 90% of that that movie. The only thing that was real was like the bridge collapse.
That was it. It was the bridge collapse, and it was his initial go through the fog.
Yeah,
like those were the two parts of any Mothman story that were relatable. Everything else was just weird. And
I liked it though.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't hate it.
Fair. Okay. See, I didn't hate it. And at the same time as Jeepers Creepers, and what else came around that time was the Butterfly Effect.
All right.
So,
here's the thing. If we're living by your rules, we shouldn't be talking about Jeepers Creepers either.
Why?
Because what's his name? The director is convicted rapist.
Oh, well then fuck that piece of shit. Whatever. Then nah. Fuck that show. Now,
moving on.
It was relatable to
All right. I got Miramax on my bingo card. We can't talk about that.
Well, I mean, at this point,
we just need to cut out. Hey, did you see that Louis C.K. doc? Oh shit. No, people. We're just joking around. Did I mention someone that came to Did I mention that someone from the town came to my shop and he said they definitely tell the stories of the Mothman? Well, they have a whole Mothman festival. We're not that far from it. We're about 4 hours.
Yeah, is that PA or West Virginia?
That's West Virginia.
West Virginia, okay.
Yeah, it's Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Wait, Point Pleasant? I passed signs for that shit.
Well, it depends because there's Point Pleasant, New Jersey, too.
Well, no one counts that. But it was nice for you to throw Jersey in there.
Shut your mouth. We're having a remake of Mothman.
Yeah,
really?
I'll remake Mothman.
Let's
Shit,
do it.
I'm in.
The Reborn has nothing to do with him. though.
Which one?
Which one's the reborn? I don't know. Oh, the new Jeepers Creepers. Has nothing to
Okay.
do
Well,
with
then
it.
good. There we go. Cool. So we can talk about. That's the one I'm referring to.
Okay. that's always like. Sorry, Chris Nice. Sorry, star of second grade to love.
Fuck you.
No, he's a nice guy. Chris Nice is a nice guy.
Okay. My bad.
He was the one that was in second grade to love that was in Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, nice. He's not the. Did he love her?
Yeah, that's him.
He loved her.
I love her.
Love her.
It's so bad. That's why we're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so I gotta stick to my word. I'm gonna drop it.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna
Get
happen.
ready for the reality bang.
We're at 885 now, and because I said it, we're gonna be at 856 tomorrow.
Yeah, probably. Yep. The moment you mention the numbers, they always drop.
Always drop.
People are like, well, I don't want to be counted among that. I must have done that drunk. That was an accident.
How did you feel when they wanted to deflect from all the craziness that was going on in 2020, and CIA and the government just dropped all of this UFO knowledge on us?
Oh, okay, bro. Honestly, man, the UFO knowledge was stuff that, as a military guy, I'd already kind of accidentally seen some of. So it was not really.
You can't gloss over that.
What? No, it's fine. It was not really shocking to me, and it was never anything that I was like, oh, wow, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is, whoa. I mean, we've already seen it. We've already known it. The problem is the people who over-dramatize, it becomes silly, and the people who undersell are considered cuckoo pants. So unfortunately, we live in a society that just wants to believe what they want to believe. So everyone has the right to believe whatever they want to believe. So they're going to choose to believe whatever they want to believe. So it's all real. It is all real. There are things that have happened that we can't explain. There are things we can't discover. There are things that don't hit our radar and yet are clearly in front of us. So yeah, that's a reality. Things exist in this universe that we can't explain. Things exist on this earth we can't fucking explain. And that's part of the joy of being a human. Going to figure it out. Or dying along the way because we're fragile, weird things.
Yeah. All right.
But we're all stardust. And at the end of the day, our literally parts that make us who we are, the building blocks of who we are, can be found at the very edge of our solar system. That would take a trip that we can't even conceptually understand how far or long it would take to get out there, but potentially could find a piece of your relative.
All right. I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to leave you. This show is ending. Because we got into the Carl Sagan version of it. Now am I supposed to top that? What am I supposed to do here? I've got nothing. I've got
you
nothing
just scream science a lot like Wahlberg. It's fine. It works. Ask
science. Can you shut up for a second so I can do science? Get that movie. That movie. I could write pages on how not to make a movie. We were talking about M. Night Shyamalan.
The Happening.
Oh my God. We talked about M. Night Shyamalan the other day and how much we liked him and appreciated him. I forgot The Happening existed, and I probably, if I remembered, would not have been praising him as much as I was the other day.
I legitimately had someone the other day ask me outside at my work, like, well, if you're not okay with Shyamalan, and because it was all about the water and signs, because the aliens, why the fuck would you show up on a planet that 70% of the thing that could kill you?
I gave you a reason.
I gave you a reason. They crash landed. It was an accident. Whatever. They were drunk.
No, that's not what I said. I said, and I quote, if we went to a different planet, we wouldn't know what on that planet could kill us.
No, that's very true. Like, we could legitimately open the door and the air could kill us. So you're 100% correct. Yes, you are right.
So they showed up and
Star Trek has proven that. So I'm aware.
And if they see us drinking the water or us using the water while they might not think anything's wrong with it.
Of course not. Why would they think that harmful to them?
Yep. And then once they were here, like he said, Shyamalan's character in the movie said, I think they have a thing about water. That was them trying to stay away from water. Why do you think that alien didn't go to the birthday party?
Oh, look, viable. Look, at the same token, it could have also been maybe they're into it. Like maybe they only pick up a little vial and it's like it makes them horny if you put like one drop on them and it stings them, like beeswax, like candle wax or something, where they're like, maybe this was a weird group of BDSM aliens who were all like, we totally want to get it on and sting ourselves with water. Yeah. Right?
Why would being Native American make them sexy? Why would be into it make them sexy?
No, into it.
Oh, I went the wrong way on that one.
Yeah.
My brain was not contemplating what you were saying.
Yeah.
Because I thought you went another way.
No, I definitely was saying if they were into it, like maybe they wanted to be scarred, maybe scarification, maybe they're into the hurt, maybe they like the pain. I'm not here to judge, man.
That's fair.
Aliens
I'm with
do.
you. I don't judge. Hey, listen, anybody wants to get into one to get into, that's fine. But it's not for me.
So, but it would make sense. And I completely lost the original point of how I wound up on signs, but fair enough.
I don't know either, but all right, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna tell my UFO story. One of them. Personal.
Wait a minute, but you just said you didn't have one.
I lied. I was a kid. All right. This might have been a dream. That's why I didn't want to say it.
Holy
so
shit.
There I am. I'm at a campgrounds, right? Now, not at a camp. I'm at a campgrounds. There's a difference. So there's no lights in there. Black sky with 1,000 stars. I saw a slow hovering flying object come over me with lights on it, as big as I could think. And when I was watching Nope, and he was walking through his ranch at night, and he saw this thing kind of zipping around, it reminded me of this moment, what I saw. And I was hesitant to talk about it. I was. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't remember if it was a dream or not. I don't know if I was a kid and I just dreamt this. I don't know if I actually experienced this and I just kind of blocked it. But I've never seen anything fly like that before.
Yeah, what did it do?
It just kind of was like creeping in the sky above me, like close, not like far, far away.
Yeah,
real little, like big.
Yeah.
It seemed massive in the sky, just kind of floating. And it was not a helicopter. Don't say fucking helicopter. This thing was massive.
Did it change course rapidly?
I don't remember. I might have been probed. I don't know
it
this.
Sounds like, okay, do you have a memory of any strange lights?
Not coming at me.
Okay, but there was something like scanning around you, perhaps?
It was filled with strange lights.
Okay, so it itself was filled.
It itself had strange lights on it.
Okay.
Oh, Sturdy said this. But why would a blimp be flying over a campground that low? Like low enough to like where it looks like you can make it out sort of. But why would a blimp be over a campground? And this is like 11 o'clock at night in Tuckerton, New Jersey. I don't even think of.
Well, I've got a few ones because they could be a very intuitive camp group who are trying to work really hard and get, some aerial pictures, some aerial photographs back in those days when we didn't have drones. So blimps were obviously your next option.
All right, fair. All right, but here's the why would they want the campgrounds on? They want pictures of me.
No, viable. No, the other thing, it could have been part of a massive pedo ring that was actually taking pictures with a multimillionaire's blimp to try to find people like you. But then they saw you and they're like, I don't know about that one. He looks kind of old.
But I was already Catholic at that point.
No, that's actually that kind of locked you into a different group. You were already specialized. Well,
the only other thing I could think of was we were very close to the big Air Force base that's in New Jersey.
McGuire.
McGuire, that's what it is.
My dad was the LG commander.
Maybe he was part of this. You need to call and be like, did you guys have UFOs? This had to be late 80s, early 90s. I want to say it was like 10 or 11, so I want to say like...
Oh, okay. No, he was in
92?
Germany. Yeah, he was in Germany. I was in Germany with him.
Hey, all right.
All right.
This is where we went with it. Let's just go to the comments because I'm all over the place. Now I'm starting to think back and I'm like, did this happen?
Well, no. Legitimately, though, it would work out, though. Now, mind you, those giant things were also stuff that would parachute and fall out of the planes that moved really slow. And I mean, real fucking slow. Those planes look huge in the sky, and they look like they're going to fall at any second. So I get that. Sure.
I'll go with it, my friend.
I'm trying to.
George G3 says hello. I think we're making Sturdy laugh his ass off. He loves us.
Love you too,
Kingsley says, if you're a high-stage galactic civilization, you can probably scan a planet for something toxic on your species.
If you have the ability to travel,
how do you know? That's not fair. You don't know. We don't.
So you're saying these dudes are the ones who strapped themselves to a rocket and said, "Fuck it, let's see where we land"?
When we went to the moon, did we know? Did we have something that could scan?
We legitimately strapped ourselves to a rocket and said, "Fuck it, let's see if we can go." So yeah, fuck it.
Sorry, Kingsley. I know you're smart, but I just proved you wrong with the moon.
Wait, you didn't even bring it up.
I know. I'm kidding with them. It was me and a blimp. So it was Sturdy in the 90s and a blimp, even though he's younger than me by like 4 years.
I believe it.
This asshole on his show earlier, they were reviewing House on Haunted Hill, which I love that movie.
That's a great one.
And this guy's like, "Hey, Mick, it's a movie from your childhood." I'm not. I'm 40. I'm 40.
Oh wait, like the original House on Haunted Hill?
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. You are old as fuck.
I'm 1 year older than you.
That's enough.
I was stealing baskets. So is it Yogi the bear?
Son of a bitch.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my UFO encounter, which I'd never really counted as a UFO encounter because I'm like, it might have been something stupid. It might have been Grimwell, fake Orko. Fake Orko. That's what he made some sort of weird. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Gwildor?
I hate that fucking character.
How the shit can you hate it so much? Which, by the way, you can verify the better differences between Orko and Gwildor like we did on Sunday night, hanging out on the Scene Snobs Discord channel with our great friend Master Shake, who treated us to the He-Man She-Ra Christmas special. An absolute delight.
And if you want to hear us tear apart Masters of the Universe, we did it on our episode of Plot Roast. Join our Patreon now. You can check out the full episode.
It hurts so much.
It hurts so much for you.
Well, get ready for our next one coming out too, because we have Solo coming up.
I was so excited to watch that one. I have so much to say.
It's Mario Van Peebles, who, when I was younger, was better.
Who's the only good thing in that movie? Better. He's the only good thing in that movie.
Oh, agreed. Yeah.
I appreciated him for what he did in that movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Solo was absolute horseshit. But I remember loving it when it got aired on USA. When I was like a 13-year-old kid, I was like, "This is so cool." So, yeah.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Straight to video. I'm with you. Hey, I'm 49 in 19 days. Aha.
Nice. Congratulations, George. Stay alive another year, brother.
Damn right. By the way, I need Master Shake's contact.
Oh, good. We'll just give that. We'll just give that out to you right now. We'll give you all the information, address, personal address.
Master Shake is a conundrum. He's not even online anywhere.
Brother's information, everything.
You want to connect with him? Send him a message on the Discord. That's the best way. Don't talk to me about getting old. Wait, did you turn into like a everybody wish me a happy birthday to old curmudgeonly? Don't talk to me about getting old.
No, he's saying with you because I'm
just
with you. Yeah.
I'm not saying
I'm fucking with you. He's talking.
I'm not saying you son of a bitches. I'm not saying that. I'm not. It wasn't what I said wasn't a thing where you'd be like, "Don't talk to me about getting old." I wasn't saying I'm getting old. I'm 40. I was saying this son of a bitch is treating me like I'm old. Because he said that I was around in the 50s.
No, that's totally fair because you were old at 32 when you said I no longer want to go to concerts, parties, events, anything over 15 people.
I gave up. And 2020 happened, and guess what? And now Bruce Springsteen tickets are $2,000 a pop.
Yeah, congratulations. You never have to see anyone anymore. You never have to see anyone. You've literally been pushed into exactly where you want to be. Like this is the perfect storm for Mick. Because you never have to go out ever again to any crowd of people.
I never want to go out. Well, that's not true. There's some things that I enjoy. I like the Apple Festival.
Horror convention.
The Apple Blossom Festival. There's a Peach Festival that was just happening.
Okay.
I like things for my age. I've aged into my age.
And mostly fruits that grow on trees. If they associate with fruits on trees, he's in.
But that's my level of comfort now. Going in, listen, I've done the mosh pits. I've done it all. And now
just
I'm 40.
You've done it once doesn't mean that that's the experience done. Like
And-
I've done it and repeatedly do it because
And I've
it's a
done it.
lot of
I've
fun.
repeatedly done it. We followed Seven Dust. Me and my buddies followed Seven Dust
Do
along
you
the
want to
Eastern
claim that
Seaboard.
one? That's really where you want to put it?
You shut your mouth. Seven Dust is great.
Yeah. Really?
I love Seven Dust.
That's who you're at?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Listen, we follow more than that.
I hope so.
I
I
mosh
pray.
pitted at an Anthrax Anthrax concert years ago. I've done it, and I've enjoyed it, and I've seen things, and I've experienced things, and now
It
I
doesn't
just want to
stop.
eat
There's
peach
still
pie.
more, bro. There's still more.
There
It doesn't
are, but there's
stop.
other experiences. I want to drink
Yes.
wine. I want to eat artisan pizzas.
Yeah.
I want to eat peach pies at a festival.
Yeah.
And then I want to go home and not have to deal with anybody.
Valid. Where can you do that?
Where I am. Where my point in my life is. That's where I'm at. I'm 40 now. Listen, I purposely said before I get married, I want to just hit it all. I want to do everything full force. So then that way, when I get to a point, when I have kids,
just hit it all.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't want to do any of it anymore. I don't even I don't know. I like, even with my kids, like I want them to experience things.
Mhm.
Now I'm at a point where it's like, yeah, I played every sport. I played, football was a big sport for me. Now I'm just going to coach it for kids. That's all I want to do. That's the level.
Wait, you're coaching football?
Yeah, I'm probably going to coach my kids' football team.
Which football? FUT?
It's going to be flag football.
Or like
no, actual. I've done
throwing the pigskin.
The pigskin
with receivers and quarterbacks.
Yeah. Well, we've done soccer too.
There you go.
But I was talking about regular football.
No, I know you are fucking with you. And I love
wasn't
that you call
wrong.
it regular football. No, regular football. Now that European bullshit.
Yeah, no, fuck that noise.
It's real American human football, man.
No, I have a respect for soccer. Ted Lasso gave that to me.
Well, good thing that only took 38 years of your life.
Once the Americans started taking over sports over and overseas, like now Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney are doing Wrexham. They're and now I'm interested.
It's ridiculous why does our nationalism have to play into it? It doesn't even make sense.
I don't know.
How come I can't say nationalism?
Because Ted Lasso made me realize that there's a heart to the sport that I didn't realize was there. That's yeah. Your silence is warranted.
Yep.
But I'm there, and I want to check it out now, and I want to scream at I will go to matches. I'll go to matches.
You're calling them matches, for fuck's sake. When I first met you and hung out with you, you insulted soccer the entire time. So it's so weird seeing this. This is fucking me.
So there are experiences that I'm willing to have.
So you're not done yet.
I'm not done. I didn't say I was done yet. I said I wanted to eat peach and apple pie and just chill out, and I'll watch a match, and I will sing.
That's what. Well, no, before that part, the eat peach, hang out, eat apple pie, whatever, chilling. That's all Big Fish.
I don't want to be allowed by a lot of people, though.
He had the chance. Big Fish, you're at that point where you and McGregor had the point to stop in the town and could have just danced barefoot his whole life.
Yeah.
You're there.
No, I wouldn't stay. No, I love my family.
You would.
Nope. I would leave.
Family can come with you.
I mean, I'd be down for that.
I mean, that'd
be okay.
That's how that works.
Yeah, like I'd be all right with that. But look what happened to that town. The whole premise is that whole town was destroyed.
Well, yeah, because progress continues to kill people who stagnate. That's the whole point of that town. Yeah. Stagnation can't exist. You always.
I'm not stagnant.
Forward.
I'm not. If anything, I'm proving how progressive I am.
What?
I calling up matches. I am very progressive. I feel like I have kept going in my belief structures and pushed forward in a lot of things. And listen, I go to protests. I've been to Matter protests. I've been to Pride.
Understand that the entirety of this is just mocking your capping. That's all
I do have a cap.
Just fucking with the fact that you have a cap, and it is a hard cap. It's honestly the hardest cap of anyone I've met.
Like I've got a level of protest. You're done. Yeah, I've got a level of protest. I'm not going to DC to protest.
No, that's a lot.
Too madhouse. That's for the young. and I
Precisely.
respect them.
They
And
should.
also, I think that's a way to stay out of it. It's like, because I feel like if you're too old at some of these protests, it's like, shut up, dude. And I'm like, all right, you're right. I'll back out.
We had our opportunity to voice it, and we continue to choose not to.
And I'll go to local protests.
Yeah.
It's when the marching kicks in that I'm like, I'm out, because that's
Yeah.
a lot of walking.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. But I'm kind of at that point too, where like I'm all about sit-ins.
I mean,
Like
I've been all about
anything
sit-ins forever.
anything I could chain myself up to feels like that's way more appropriate for my age. So if you need someone to like stand for your point, maybe find someone in their 20s. You need someone to sit in your point, bro, I'm there.
I'll stand or I'll sit. I'm not walking.
Yeah, no, marching is out of the question. I
That's as
did
far
that
as
for
that
my
goes.
country. I did that for everyone's freedoms and rights and whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm done with that. Fuck a ruck.
Listen.
Fuck a ruck.
Listen, I was the rebel in the 2000s when we went to war. I protested then. I'm young now. I did young protesting. I need to do old protesting now.
Yeah, it's a different style. We've gotten better. We should have more finesse and flair at this point.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah,
I'll make a good sign.
Yeah. See, here's the thing, man. Our signs are dope because we get way wittier. We get like Oscar Wilde level signs.
Yeah, you guys, you get some good dad puns on those signs, and people will respect a good dad pun.
That's what I'm saying. And then you flip it over with another one. Boom!
Fucking sturdy. I did not doze off at 5:45. I did not. I was still awake. Did I?
I did. Remember, I was laying down. I was literally where you guys saw us during our Friday. It was after 6:45. I just every time there was a break, I would lay down next to Mick. I literally had. Yep. I had my bag folded up in quarters, and I could just lay there.
Yeah, that wasn't a great time for me. I was very tired. My body was just hurting. By the end of that, I had to take us off camera so I could walk to the bathroom.
Yep.
Because I literally looked like an old man walking to the bathroom because my body was just shutting down.
You should have heard it. But
I didn't even realize how much.
Well, and the really fun part too is I think what you need is to start getting one of those little shiatsu massagers that you used to have, but get like the more hardcore one that has 15 things all the way up your back. The one that drapes across your back.
Nice.
Yeah,
for sure. George says, I've worked security at one Ozfest. Suck it up. First of all, calm down. I was going to Ozfest every year. I don't care how old you are. I was going to Ozfest every year. I was going to Warped Tour every year. We were checking things out. I was seeing bands that you guys weren't talking about for 5 years after. I don't even want to hear it. I was doing all of that. You worked what? One Ozfest as security? I worked at the Stone Pony. Now, if you don't know what the Stone Pony is, you're crazy. They would have death fights. And you know what you got to do when you're security at a death fight? You got to keep them in. And that's how you do it. You just stay by the railing. And if they come towards you, you punch them until they go away. And then they get back into the fight. And then you pick up teeth afterwards. That's how this works. I know security. We were throwing people out of Cypress Hill concerts like it was like they were Pez. All right? It was just like, pop, you're out. Pop, you're out. Doing this. Give me that. I worked Ozfest. Come on. Ozfest was held at like PNC Bank Arts Center. Get out of here. Dude, I was
well on Ozfest
bouncing at dive bars. I was bouncing at the dive bars in New Jersey, Florida, California, Virginia. Northern Virginia. Casey can attest to that one.
Holler, baby.
The night I met my wife, I couldn't even talk to her because there were 7 fights, and I wasn't even bouncing that night. I didn't even work at the bar we were at.
Flung an arm to stop one guy and grabbed me as I was working, and I was like, Mick, it's still me. It's still me.
I pinned you behind the one guy, and then I pinned the other guy against the other wall. And the other wall. And oh man, and you were pinned behind him. I was like, dude, I gotta go back to work.
I was like, I'm working.
I've worked 2 Ozfests for 36 hours straight. Suck it up. Get you shit talker. I don't even. Oh, okay. So it was in Detroit. Boo hoo. Let me tell you, if it's not RoboCop Detroit, you're fine.
Yeah, seriously. If OCP wasn't out there with the lines,
it's still Ozfest. It's still Ozfest. I don't even want to hear it. It's tame in comparison.
Now, I'd honestly rather hear about Crew Fest.
I will fight this one. I will fight this all the way through.
I'm just going to keep saying hi every time this pops up on the screen.
All right.
I've got it 4 times now. I think you caught it.
I finally did. All right, everybody. Listen, we're having a lot of good talk here, and we're getting rambunctious, but I think it's time to call it. I am getting beat. My shingles are acting up. I'm going to say, guys, make sure that you're checking out thescenesnobs.com. Check out all our links. Follow us on all social media. Join our Discord. If you want to support us, join us on Patreon. Go check out all of our sponsors and more. We have a lot of fun stuff that's going to be coming up very soon. And we really want you to be a part of it. But yeah, make sure if you want to support, we got the Patreon, or go check out any one of our sponsors, links below or links on the site. Our sponsor for tonight's episode was Super Chewer, Bark Super Chewer, for your furry best friend. Go pick them up at Bark Super Chewer box today. Casey, I'm going to let you take it away, my friend.
I appreciate it. And thank you all for joining us. It's a pleasure as always. It's so wonderful that you decided to hang out with us for a little bit, and hopefully we entertained you for a little bit. Make sure to check us out at thescenesnobs.com, follow up, and come hang out with us on the Discord. Maybe we can chat a little bit more than just here. So we appreciate it. Thank you very much. And as always, make sure to be kind to yourself and be kind to others. We appreciate you. Good night.
As always, I can't say it better myself, so I'm just going to say have a good night.
Thanks for watching and listening, everybody. I'm the Scene Snob, Mick Manhattan. You can check out the Scene Snobs Podcast live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel, or all podcast platforms afterwards. Also on our YouTube channel, you can check out great shows like Real Combat, the ultimate debate show for movie lovers, Mick's Movie Picks with new recommendations every week, Geek Fest Live every Sunday night, and new movie reviews and news all the time. Like and subscribe, then hit the notification bell so you know when all of our new episodes drop. Thank you so much to all of our amazing Patreon supporters, with whom this would not be possible. They help keep the lights on and support us in such big ways. If you would like to become a supporter on our Patreon and take advantage of all the perks like monthly giveaways, early access, and so much more, head on over to the Scene Snobs Patreon page and just sign up on one of our 2 tiers. Join our awesome community of geeks, movie lovers, and so much more, and join up on our Discord. The Scene Snobs Discord is now live, and you can head over to thescenesnobs.com for links to there and more. The Scene Snobs merch store is now open with original fun designs that are available on all different types of merch and apparel. Check out thescenesnobsmerch.com. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to all of our social media accounts like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and so many more. We have fun updates, topics, we talk about collectibles, and so much more on there. It's a great time. You can find all of our links to everything on thescenesnobs.com or on our link tree, which are down in the descriptions below. Thanks again, everyone. Stay tuned and stay geeky.